Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers in the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 1 in our Shabby Triple Stack book, and it's going to be a combination book envelope stack, plural. And the reason you're looking at this right now is these are two of the first book/stacks that I ever made back in the very first year that I started in junk journal craft or journal craft or book craft, so or any combination thereof. So I wanted to show you these real quick, and I've got a couple of the really big envelope stacks that I've made that we're going to look at real quick, and then we'll move on to the project because I want to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing. Okay, so now here's the first original one that I did, and I believe it held 50 something tags. Okay, so it opens here with this little closure, which I like. It's a brad and a little piece of paper with another little piece of paper underneath to give it height. Okay, and then this is an envelope, and you open the envelope, and this opens, there's a tag here, there's a tuck here, but I ended up covering it up. If you had something really small, you could put it in sideways as long as you had room to pull it out. If I were to do this again, I would have made this a pocket as well. And we are going to do it again. We're not going to do this on the front, but we're going to be doing some of the features again, but we're going to change them and improve them. And on this side, let me move this out of the way. On this side, these two tie down. So there's two more cards. And, oh, I was going to tell you, this is a kit by JaneyBJournals, excuse me. And I'm not sure which one. It's one of her oldest ones because I made this 2.5 years ago. So I'm not sure which kit it is. Okay, sorry about that. I will put a link to JaneyBJournals and the other two Etsy shops that we'll be talking about below the video. On each of the videos, I'll put it in the text below the video. Okay, so these two untie. These two open. Now you can see this was meant to be a photo album. So I didn't put anything here, even though I could have put a side tuck, because you can put a photo there. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like I can hear you answer, yes, Terry, we know what you mean. On this side, there's actually 3 pockets. Then this opens, and there's another pocket, and there's a pocket here, right here. Then this is one envelope, okay? And so then you open this up, and there's a great big pocket here, which I don't have a great big card in there. I just have a placeholder in there. But this pocket goes all the way down because it's a great big 6x9 pamphlet mailer photo envelope. And then each one of these, of course, opens up, and tags go in there. That's just the first section. Wait a minute. These open. This one closes. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to be able to put the actual envelope stacks back together the way they went. Then on this side, I loved this image so much I just left it. And then there's 2 tags here. Then you flip it over, and there's a long spot here where I would have put stationery. But these are all, the reason these are white is they're just placeholders. I didn't have photos to put in here. Then on this side over here, another little tab holds it down. This opens up, so that means this is one envelope. And there's a side pocket here. Can't get a hold of it. There's a side pocket here. There's a side pocket here. Remember, photos. Then there's a pocket here. And then this opens. There's a pocket there. This opens. There's a pocket here. And remember, if you're not making this into a photo album, you would have the opportunity to put pockets and tucks, but I think that would be too much. I like having the images. Okay, so there's a pocket here, there's a tuck here, and there's a pocket here. When you open this, there's a pocket here, and then there's another great big pocket that goes all the way down. I'm just going to flip this all back. And then on the back, there's two more pockets here, and then there's two tucks here. They're very tight, but they're there. Okay? All right, so that's that. So some of these things we're going to do, but better. Plus, we're not making a photo album, so we can make more if we want, spots. And I'll warn you, this tutorial is probably not going to include me making cards for all the things. I'll let you do that. This is my second version. The front opens the same, but I put a Velcro dot instead of a closure. I would put a graphic there or a piece of ephemera there. The word photographs is not in the kit. I did that on my computer. I imported this picture and then printed the word photographs on it. And this side is the same. This side has this that removes. It's held on by Velcro. This before I discovered the white clear Velcro. White on one side, clear on the other. So it's black. Then this is a trifold that opens. There's a pocket here. There's a pocket here. And you flip it over, there's a pocket here. And a pocket here. A place for something. Okay, and that goes back on. There's a pocket here. In fact, there's two pockets here. They're very tight, so I didn't put anything in there. So I'm pretty sure I would face them the other way. And then this opens like this. This is before I used magnets or anything either. Okay, so there's a pocket here, and there's two pockets there, and then this side is the same. And then the back, I made stacked pockets with the envelope that opens, and this opens here. Okay? So keep that one in mind, or those two in mind. Then, these are the two that I'm still really super proud of. This is Gypsy Rose. Now, I had recorded this first part of this video before, and then I ran into some problems, so I'm recording it for the second time. So this is not put together the way it originally came. I just kind of flip-flapped it back together and tied it. So I'm sorry about that. It took this is old enough that I actually kind of almost don't remember how it originally went together. Isn't that funny? So the whole theme of Gypsy Rose, and this is by Pink Monarch Prints, is these kind of bohemian women. So the words also relate to strong, passionate women. Okay, so this is a CD cover, so this is a card. And there's a tuck on the back. This is the same. It just has pretty much placeholder cards. And then it opens this way. There's a big pocket here and another tuck here. This opens like this, and that opens like that, and this is there. Then there's a big pocket here. Then this opens. Then this whole thing opens, so that means this must go here. But this opens here. So that means this opens like this. Remember, no magnets. Then this opens like this. This opens like this. And there's a stacked pocket here. Yeah, this goes somewhere. goes like that, and that goes like that. Then on the back side, and then this opens, and there's stationery and a big giant card. Okay? So keep that in mind. Then this is my favorite, except for this is the second one. I gave the first one away as a gift, as a Christmas gift. And, yeah. And I wish I still had it. I don't give away my favorites anymore. But I made this second one that's similar, but not the same. And this is called Winter in Victoria. Victoria. These all have tutorials. Gypsy Rose, Winter in Victoria, and photo album. They're all in the playlist. Okay? Alright, so there's this one, which opens like this, and then this. See, I think this one had been taken apart too, because I think it went like that. And this one isn't near as good. See, I wished I hadn't used this speckled paper. I wish I had used kit paper. And on the first one, I had gone through with a glitter pen and highlighted everything. And every single berry in it was glossy accented. So just think about that for a minute. Okay? And it looks like this one I did use the blue glitter pen on the berries. But I love this kit. It's gorgeous. It's Winter in Victoria. And it's by... Yeah. I'll have to look it up. I forgot to look it up. And then this goes back like this. This goes like that. That opens that way. This opens this way. This opens this way. See, this has been put back together not right as well, because I believe this goes like this. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, the whole thing opens all the way up, just like the first one. And then on the back is another manila folder. And it opens up very large. Okay, so we're going to do the book-like feature of this, and then an envelope stack feature like this, and then a little bit of the inside of this one, and a little bit, you know, completely, totally, well, it's going to be totally new, but I'm just saying we're going to, I'm going to use those as reference, and then also we're going to make, you know, completely new. The papers that we're going to be using, there are no tags, no pockets, no anything. So anything we do, we have to make. Like I said, I'm not going to be making tags for everything and cards. This is going to be a construction and papering video series. All right. So this is Shabby Ticking by my Porch Prints. And it's very pretty, and it's called Ticking because it has the stripes. And then to supplement or complement it, these are the backing papers back here. You'll notice an eerie similarity to these back here. Okay, so then that's that part. Then this part, I accidentally printed one of the wrong color, I think. There's a blue one in there somewhere. This is a kit called Printable Paper Pack, and it comes in 4 colors inside one kit. It's also by my Porch Prints. And these are just some of the papers, and as you can see, they're complementary to this. I'm not sure about the polka dots, but we'll see. We need some kind of contrast. We can't have all stripes. Okay? And this is the one I printed by accident. But it depends. We may go back and print the brown one and the green one. I don't know. So there's that. Those are the papers we're going to use. Okay, let me move all of this out of the way. I'm going to have an envelope stack avalanche. Stack-a-lanche. A stack-a-lanche. Okay, so now we're going to try to make our base book. Now, the envelope stacks we can't add to the book until we get each stack done, because you have to have you have to be able to wrap the backs of the envelopes around that main 6x9 envelope, which is what we're going to use. This is originally, I had a legal sized envelope, and you can see I started to ink it, and then I realized it wasn't going to work. And then we cut it in half at the factory fold, and then I made it the width of 2 of the 6-inch folders, so that's 12, and then a 1/2-inch gusset. That's not going to work. These envelopes were too close to this edge. There needs to be a little bit of a gap so that there's, even with the gusset, so that they can close without whatever's along the edge catching in this little fold. Okay, so I'm still going to use this, but we're going to use it for something else in the book. All right, so what we're going to do, or we're going to try to do, let's set this over here. What we're going to try to do is, we've got a regular manila folder. We're going to open it up. That's why I don't use these. We'll be fine. The envelope's going to sit over the top of it. Okay, so let me refer to my notes. It's got measurements. All right, so instead of 6, we're going to go 6 1/4, 3/4 inch spine, 6 1/4. Okay, so that's going to mean it's going to be 13 1/4 inches wide. We're going to keep the tab. So even though this is going to turn the tab to the bottom, we need to start measuring. So instead of doing this and measuring backwards, we're going to flip it over and measure from this side. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So we're going to ignore this factory fold. By the time we start building on it, whatever, it won't matter that it's there. Okay, so we're going to, first of all, we want to make it 9 1/4 inches tall, because the big envelopes are 9 inches tall. So the first thing we want to do is make it 9 inches tall. I'm going to make a little mark so I make sure to cut it the right way. Okay, so I want 9 inches tall. Make another mark here. Just so I know. It's easy to get these turned around. Let's double check. No, we wanted 9 1/4, see? I wonder if 9 1/4's... Oh, I forgot to take these off. I like them. The glass countertop, or the glass, whoops, worktop does not. I'm wondering if we need 9 3/8. No, 9 1/2 or 9 1/4 should do it. Okay. Getting out the big paper trimmer, except it won't fit under the camera. It won't fit on this glass surface. Okay. So I want to save the tab. So I want it to be 9 1/4. Okay. Then we're going to open it up. And if you look at this, we're going to go from here. And we're going to go in 6 1/4, then 3/4, then 6 1/4. Nope. We're doing it upside down just to get the size. This long thing here is what we want to cut off. So we want to go 13 1/4, saving this tab. So I'm going to make it, well, let's see if I can get 13 1/4 on this. This big trimmer goes to 13. See if I can figure out what 1/4 of an inch would be. Okay, then we're going to get out our scoreboard. This is all clear as mud, isn't it? I'm doing this as I go along. I made some general measurements. So we'll see. I had to ditch the other one. Okay, now we're going to score from this side. We want to score at 6 1/4. So see, that puts that in the middle underneath. Wow, that's very close to the edge, isn't it? Then we want to score at 7. And then that should be it. Doesn't really look right, does it? It's 13 1/4. Oh, you know what we should have scored it at? We should have scored it at, well, let's see. Maybe this is an optical illusion. Why, yes, it is. It is. It's just an optical illusion because of where the factory fold is. So that's correct. That's what we wanted. Okay. So what's going to happen is one of these folders or envelopes is going to go here. Another one is going to go here. We're going to put this on the back. Okay. Then we're going to make a smaller envelope stack being topped with a CD cover as the last thing on the front. So you want to fold this. I hope 3/4 of an inch isn't too big, but I'm thinking it might not be. We can always make the stack bigger. Remember, the bigger the stack, it just exponentially increases the number of the amount of papering you have to do. I mean, it's serious papering. Okay. So that gives us our book. We've got our tab. So now we want to, I'm going to shabby this up. So I wasn't going to use vintage photo. I was going to use brush corduroy, but it's got kind of a little bit of a reddish hue to it. Not really red, but I don't know. It just wasn't right. So we're just going to go ahead and use good old vintage photo. Gathered twigs I thought was a little dark. I don't know though. This is pretty dark. These brown ones. Even this is pretty dark. I think maybe we could get away with gathered twigs. I think vintage photo may not be dark enough. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, is you're going to take this. Let's make sure everything is the right height. This is going to be a little shorter. That's fine. So you're going to want to ink this just like I started to do, and then I realized it was going to be too small. So you want to ink this in the tab. If you want to paper the tabs, then more power to you. But you need to do it now because we're going to be putting the envelopes on. The problem is you're going to see the very edge. So if you want to paper, then you're going to have to do some, you're going to have to paper this whole thing and then waste the paper by having the envelope on top of it. That's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. All right? So you're going to want to ink both of these. Let me give you the measurements on this one. This one was the mistake. This one is still 9 inches tall from here to here, not including the tab. Or was this one a little bit shorter because it didn't go 9 inches? No, it's exactly 9 inches. And I got the 9 inches by opening up the folder and cutting it right across the factory fold so that I had 2 halves. That's how I got it. Then I think it went over 6 and then a half and then 6. Yep, 6 and a half, and then there's the rest, which obviously means that they weren't going to be even, but they are. Okay. So, make it 12 and a half. Because this one, no. This is going to be too small too. Not if we put this back here. It is. So I'm going to have to cut a new one for this. So you're going to need 6 1/4, just a half an inch. In fact, that might be too much. Oh, my heater turned on. Because it's cold. It's like 20 degrees outside and ice. And this is Seattle. Let's see. I think a quarter. I think a quarter would be plenty. A 1/4 inch gusset. So 6 1/4 and a quarter. Let me write it down. So the back, there's no PDF for this. These are just my notes. Back folder. We're going to go 6 1/4 times, or plus a 1/4 inch gusset, and then 6 1/4. So that's going to equal 12 3/4 wide by 9 inches tall, or if you can manage 9 1/4, if you do it the other way, the long way, like the way when we made this one. So 12 3/4 by 9 1/4, you're going to have 6 1/4, then a 1/4 inch gusset, then 6 1/4. So you need to cut the total width to 12 3/4, and then the height is going to be 9 1/4. Okay? Then we're going to go in and ink. And, yep, go in and ink, and then we will be back. You probably want to either, this is a wide enough one that you can paper it. However, this one's going to be small, and I would suggest that you just ink the gusset, just ink it up. It's going to get ink all over it anyway when you do the edges. Don't forget to do the edges of the gussets, the edges on the inside and out, and the tabs. All right, I will see you when I have mine done. All right, I've got these envelopes out. I went ahead and inked a bunch. Geez, it was so much inking, and we're not even, you know, putting anything together. We've got 29 minutes left in this video, so what I'd like to do is at least get going on the cover. If we can get the cover done, that would be great. So remember, our book looks like this, and we're going to put an envelope stack on the top, and then it opens like this, and I think we're going to put something thinner here and another envelope stack here. Okay, so to make our envelope stack, we're going to use our big envelope because that's what size we made the book to. So that's going to go right there. And if I leave a little bit of a space at the bottom, that will leave me a little bit of space at the top, and that will be our border all the way around that we measured for. Okay, now I inked the tabs. I'm not papering anything because I'm using the border and everything as the folder. I'm not papering it. All right, so if you're gonna paper this, then you're going to need to either adjust your measurements and take that 1/4 inch off so that you don't have the border all the way around, or you're going to have to paper at least the borders because you're going to see them around the edges. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Okay, so we can set this aside for right now because we're going to build our stack on this. And I got these envelopes out, and I have a pretty good idea. I got a hinge out as well because I don't know if you remember, but I said I wanted the whole front to open up. So I scored it down the middle. It's 1 inch wide. It's a little bit shorter than the biggest envelope that I got out. I mean, it's a little shorter than this because this is what's going to hinge, because the stack is going to be built on this. So once we get the stack built, we'll put the hinge on, and we'll attach it to the manila folder, and then that will open. Let me see if that's going to work. Or, well, let's see what we're going to do. I've got 2 CD covers, 1 check envelope, and the check envelope, I wrote pocket on here because I went ahead and cut it and inked it for a side pocket. I figured that way it would save us on inking time. The same with the CD envelopes. On the opposite side of the flap, I cut them for pockets. And so, you know, I wonder if I can get the inker down in there. Probably not all the way. That would look nicer. You know what I mean, when you're putting the card in and out. All right, let's do this one. It's early in the morning, so I'm sniffly still. Today's Christmas Eve. And it's my grandson's 19th birthday. I can't believe he's 19. That probably gives away how old I am. Except to say that I was very, very young when I had my daughter. I was still in high school. So, okay. So we've got that. That will make it look a little bit better. What did I do? I crinkled the plastic. It'll be heavier once we paper it. There we go. That looks better already. Okay, so my idea was to have something large on the front, which would be this big envelope. And this one is the correct height to go on here. Then I thought we would have this come over. We'll have to trim it for size, even though I inked it at the top. Have this come over, and then this go back. And then maybe we only need one of the CD covers. Well, I don't really... And there's a pocket there, so we would have to put the CD cover inside the pocket and have it come back like that. Or, which I just thought of, we could do this. Then we could use this other big envelope that I inked and put it here. Put the smaller pocket one on the inside, like so. I haven't cut these for pockets because we're going to cut the top. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave them as long pockets, but I could. I probably will. Okay. Put that like that on the envelope. Then put this big one here, and this one here. And that would close like this. That, no, that won't work either. I need this on there. Well, this isn't going to be a pocket. If I put it on like this, open it up and it would be there. I want this CD cover on the front, and I really would like to have two. So if I put this one here, is it catching on? Then I could put one CD cover here. Oh, I could put it here. Then when this flips over, this, then we could put this on this side. No, we needed we needed another one of the small ones. This is going to be too big on the cover. Oh no, I was going to put one here. Yeah. Okay, that will work. I wanted two though. If I put this one down here. And this one up here. That would work. Okay, so let's see if we can figure this out and get it put together correctly. We need to cut these two tall ones down. We need this one to be the height of this. Or a smidge shorter. I was about to cut off the wrong side. So we'll cut it off there. Top, and it goes on the left side. Let's see if that will help. And when we paper this, it should hold that shut. Okay, so we'll put this on here. Then we'll put this on this side, so that means it needs to be cut off here. This will be the top, and this will be the right side. Okay. Okay, now we have to figure out for the gluing what's going to be on the inside and glue that first, and then the next one, and then the next one, and the next one. You see what I'm saying? So it looks like we're going to glue this one first on the right side. We can get the right side done because it's not very much. It's not very involved. Oops. Okay. So let's do that. And that's going to be glued to our actual, yeah, big envelope. We don't need that big of a flap either. Okay. Probably could have left it a smidge longer. And we can cover these afterwards, even the CD cover. Because I'm going to use a die that cuts a smidge smaller than the circle. So that makes it fairly easy to deal with. Even though I inked the center around the circle. Okay, then I think I had this here. There's so many sides, I was bound to find a side I missed. This is just in case it shows when you open it. Alright, then this needs to be glued down. Really did not mean to get the glue here. Okay, now, did I want this one at the top? I think I did, right? And then one at the bottom. Okay. We may be able to use a couple of magnets. We're definitely going to have to tie it shut, but I'm not sure if we need to go ahead and use them, because if we're going to use a tie, then we're not going to need magnets. So I think we'll save them. Okay, so that goes on that side. Then so this is going to go on first. Now, I've put these on in the wrong order before, and then you just have to adjust what you're going to do. But I thought it would be neat on the very front to have the two CD covers. Then this will go on. Okay. I'm just going to leave this. Now the reason this doesn't exactly line up is because this envelope kind of goes at an angle. Yeah, So then I'm going to put this on this way, right? And then the CD cover on the outside on this one too. Okay. Now, I don't use hinges very often. So hopefully we almost get on there. We almost could put a smaller one on here. I think we should. Let's see what I've got. This one has a penguin on it. What if we put this? Oh, these are super shiny though. I mean slick. I think what I'll use instead is another one of these. Let's put the CD on first. Yeah, that'll make a nice cover. That's going to stick up that far. We might put a magnet on it just to hold it down. I don't think it reaches out far enough. The only other way to do it would be to attach it inside this pocket. So then it would open like this and like this. And then this whole thing would open. No, it wouldn't. That would get caught. Okay. We'll make it the bottom CD instead of the top. Let's see if that works. As in the one that opens second. It's already going to be the bottom one as far as top to bottom. So we'll put this on here. I'm putting it even with this envelope, not even with the long envelope. That like that. Doesn't matter, whichever one it is gonna, looks like it's gonna flip up. Okay, so let's get this one inked. Yeah, I'm going to get this one inked, and then we'll finish it up in the next video because we're right at 30 minutes, which I didn't realize because I didn't set my timer. So we'll attach this to the front as a hinge, and we'll put this on in the beginning of video 2, and then we will start doing some of the other details to this, like putting the papers on. Some of these, and then yeah, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, all right, I will talk to you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye bye.